Hey folks, Colin here from Sumthins Recording, and today I want to show you how to create a mono room mic for your drum mixes. We're going to be experimenting with creating a virtual mono room mic here for some programmed drums, and we might send some other stuff to it as well to see what we can get. But before we dive in here, if you're looking to dial in a repeatable workflow for getting professional sounding drum mixes, then I want you to go through my 3-step framework for mixing drums workshop. This workshop will walk you through the 3-step process that I use on almost every mix for getting professional sounding drum mixes right from your home studio. It is a 100% free to watch on-demand video training, and you can get completely free access to it by clicking the link below in the video description. Now let's jump in here and look at creating a mono room mic. So let me play you the track as it sounds here, and I'll solo up the drums as well, so you can hear where we are at. Excuse me, I can't talk today. We've got kick, snare, hi-hat, toms, overheads, which was just cymbal mics here, and then a Bricasti close. This is a stereo room emulation. We're going to look at creating a mono room emulation today here to see if we can tuck something underneath to maybe get a little bit more energy, but in a more natural way than maybe just parallel compression. Sure, we could do that, but we're going to try something with some depth and some reverb on it as well. So here's what our track sounds like at the moment.
1, 2, 3, want to look at me. 4, 5, 6, tell me what will you miss? 7, 8, 9, now it ain't fine.
So drums are sounding pretty good there. They're big, they have some power to them, they have some nice weight and some nice crack to them, but it feels like there's something missing in the space of our drums. So I'm going to create a virtual mono room mic here and tuck it underneath, just in the center there, to fill out the drum sound a little bit better. So what we're going to do to start is I'm going to create another bus channel here, and we're going to call it mono room. We'll color it white, send it into our drum bus here. And I'm going to send, didn't mean to do that. I'm going to send all of our drums to it at the moment. So we'll go everything we got here into the mono room. So if we solo it up here, we're just going to have our kick, snare, hi-hat, toms, and overheads going. It's a little bit quieter because our sends are 6 dB down, and that's fine. I don't feel the need to pull all our sends up to par here, but first thing we're going to do is we're going to throw a reverb on, I think, here. And I'm going to try the stock reverb here inside of Studio One. Did I not drag it out? Oh, we're buffering. I'm going to try the stock reverb here inside of Studio One and maybe start with the medium studio verb to see what we can get here. So let's see what this sounds like. That sounds okay. I've never been crazy about digital sounding reverbs like this. They give you that weird flutter effect on the top end. So I'm going to copy over the IR here that we're using on the Bricasti. You've probably seen me use this before. And I'm going to see what we can find here. I don't want to use the same reverb, but if we go to the Simplicity reverb here, let's see what we can look at in our rooms here. So if we're scrolling down, so this is what we're currently using, which is room B close mics. Let's see if we have like a small room. We've got a percussion room. We've got a small vocal room. That might be nice. Let's try small room here. And we're going to do the mono to stereo one. Let's see what we get here. We'll see how long it is. See if maybe we need to shorten it. So we're at about a second. Let's see what this sounds like here. So we've kind of got a room sound that I'm happy with there. It's nice and short. I might even go a little bit shorter. Let's see where our other room's sitting lengthwise. Okay, so that's pretty good there. I've shortened it up a little bit further. It's feeling like it's pretty good to me. I don't want to hear much length off the snare drum. I want it to feel like a short mono room. I've rolled off most of the top end here. I don't want to get too much cymbal noise from it. And I tried to duck the low pass filter back here till it felt like the kick and snare were even. Let's see where we're sitting. That's feeling pretty good there. So I'm pulling out most of the low mid there. I don't want to hear all that muddiness. I want to hear a little bit of the weight from the kick drum, and I want to hear some of this mid-range smack so you know it's a room mic. Let's switch it to mono and see where we're at. That's feeling really, really good right there. So let's tuck this down now. Pull in our drums. I'm going to turn off the stereo room mic for a moment, and we're going to pull up this mono room mic underneath. See what it's adding to our drum kit at the moment. Yeah, right there. So that's what we're missing right in the middle there. Listen one more time, and I'm going to A-B this mono room mic. Listen to what falls apart when I pull out the mono room mic. Listen to how we have a space that suddenly feels like it's missing something inside our drum mix. So we'll start with it, and then I'll pull it out. Take a listen to what changes. When I mute the mono room mic emulation, it feels like we lose weight in the center of our drum kit. It feels like we pull a piece off of our drum kit, and it loses some energy, loses some power. I kick it back in, all of a sudden we have more weight and more energy cooked right in the middle of our drum kit here. Now, you could probably send other things to it. We'll try that real quick. We'll send both of the guitars into the mono room here and see what we get on this. If we just throw a little bit of the mono room here. So here's with all three. We got guitars and we got the drums in there. Just tucked a little bit of those in there. Let's throw it back in our mix here. One more time, with and without our mono room mic here inside the mix. So with and then without. Now inside the entire mix.
4, 5, 6, tell me when we missed.
Sounds really, really good. So all we're doing here is we're sending from our drums, kick, snare, hi-hat, toms, overheads, into a bus here. We're using an IR reverb, just a small room. I've shortened it up even more to about 400 milliseconds here. Putting an EQ on afterwards, rolling off the cymbal noise, rolling up our high pass till our kick and snare are sitting about even volume-wise in the low end, and then pulling out a ton of this low-mid area so it's not too thick and it's not too heavy sounding. Then the binaural pan plugins, just switching it to mono. We could do it right on the channel as well. Then we're taking this mono room emulation, tucking it underneath our drum kit, and it's adding more energy and more power cooked right in the center of our drum sound. I hope that was helpful for you. As I mentioned at the beginning of the video, if you're ready to take your drum mixes to the next level and start dialing in a repeatable workflow for getting professional sounding drum mixes, then I want you to go through my 3-step framework for mixing drums workshop. It is a completely free, on-demand video training, and you can get access to it by clicking the link below in the video description. Thank you so much for watching today, and I will see you in the next video.